Gaffer, what a difference a few days make, and what a difference a result like that makes.
It does, certainly. It makes you feel better, that's for sure. But you know, we were obviously very pleased with the goal that we scored. It was unbelievable. You know, Ross ran 50 yards, he passed it and then kept going, and it was a great cross and a great header. And then they scored a minute later and we thought, oh my God, here we go again, like sort of thing. But I felt we created a lot more chances than them. The game was a tactical game. We didn't want to go gun-ho and kamikaze like we were on Saturday, because we'd left ourselves too open. We couldn't risk that again. So we changed our shape, as you saw. We wanted to be solid and then win it back on the edge of the final third and then get in, and that's exactly what happened. You know, it took us to the last 10 minutes, what was it, 8 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go, whatever it was, to get the winner. But again, what a great winner. You know, people have been moaning about bringing subs on, and I've been moaning about the subs. You've got to be coming on and making a difference. And Dylan De Silva did great when he came on, as did the other subs. But you know, I'm very, very happy with the result. I'm happy because we had a horrendous performance on Saturday, and we all know that. And so I'm pleased that, you know, we've given something back to the supporters that were here. That's what I'm really pleased for. You know, they're going home a bit happier than they were Saturday, a lot happier, because the whole stadium went up when we got the winner, and I felt myself, you know, lift off the ground with the scream of, you know, of the goal. So, and the lads have gone in there. They know they've put in a good shift. We don't normally do it, but we trained this morning. We wanted to go over the shape. We trained all day yesterday because obviously we had 2 days to put a different shape together. And that's what we did, and everybody to the man. Yeah, some of them give it away a few times and we got to keep the ball a bit longer, but there was no shortage of spirit, in my opinion. So hopefully everybody else saw that, and the crowd were great towards the end when they realised, you know, the others were down to 10 men and all we had to do was raise it, and that's what we did.
I think it's fair to say that it was quite a quiet first half, certainly in comparison to the second half, where things burst into life very early on. Just talk us about your feelings for Ross Marshall. It's been so difficult for him in pre-season. He's been through so much. What a run to get on the end of it. I think there was a bit of confusion in the stadium that someone thought it was Jarvis to start with.
I think the commentator did, didn't he? No, it was. I mean, it was a fantastic header, because it didn't look like he could get that much power to get it past the keeper and in the corner. But he'll tell you, if you want to interview him, you know, we talked to him and talked to centre halves about sometimes if it's on, you know, you'll get cover, keep going. And they've done that. Sean does it sometimes, you know, he's done it in games previously. But you could see his determination to get in that box, and you know, he hasn't thanked me yet for sorting out his eyes because there was no doubt about it. He could see that even in the floodlights coming over to him, and I'm pleased for him, because it's, you know, he's had a terrible time and not playing football and worried about his eyesight. He didn't know whether he was going to have his eyesight or not. So that's a, you know, fantastic end to a little pantomime there of Ross Marshall and his story.
Now, that's one player that could be a big player for you this season. Another one is undoubtedly the player that scored the win, Aaron Jarvis. Always nice to get your first goal of the season. And what time to do it in Gary time? Well,
yeah, I mean, it was a lot of Gary time, wasn't it? But it was Jarvis time. You know, I say that because he played 3/4 of the game with a real dead leg. You know, he took a right knock on the leg, and at half time we were saying, you know, how are you? And he wouldn't really answer because he wanted a bit more time to keep, you know, shaking it and moving it, and physios got into him. And he went out there and he played his part second half. You know, he's going to have a couple of days rest and see how he is, but he played his part not only with the goal, but he's chasing and running. So him and Ash up front did a lot of running today, because they had to cover the ground for the two centre halves. Every time they got it, they went back to the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, the last couple of games when teams have done that, they've caught us out. They've had, you know, more numbers forward, and then so we had to sit in sometimes. But when they went, they went. And there was a few occasions when we took it off them on the edge of the final third, as I said, and created opportunities. And we had some great crosses, you know, some great crosses first half and second half. So stop me talking, because I'm so happy that I could fly home.
Well, finally, Gaffer, I could just ask you one more question. Obviously, you have touched upon there's a few sort of walking wounded. Obviously, I'm imagining that will take up a lot of your thoughts leading up to Saturday, but it's much easier to go on an away trip when you've got 3 points in the bag.
Yeah, it is, and the lads know they've put in the effort, even though some of them couldn't be 100%. You know, you've got Ross Marshall with cramp because he hasn't played. You've got Dan Martin with cramp because he hasn't played. You had Laps who survived, but he got cramp. You've got a dead leg in Jarvis. You know, I'm so pleased I'm saying this. You've got Asa, who's had to go to the hospital. It might be, you know, like a bad injury to his ankle. And we had to get through. We had to get through all that. There was some. The thing with the new rules is they're letting a lot of things go, and some of them, you know, it's making for a lot of big tackles, you know, and so, you know, players are going to get injured under that, you know, theirs and ours and somebody else's, you know, so you might have to be aware of that, where's the line of a bad tackle and one with intent, do you know what I mean, and one which is not intent, you know what I mean. I think they have to look at that, and again, I wouldn't be saying it if we'd lost the game. But as an excuse, so, but that's how I feel. And while I'm at it, we need 5 subs. We need 5 subs. It's ridiculous that we, you know, our lads, you know, they're going down because I know my lads were going down because they hadn't played for a little while, and they give us their all. But you're not going to get through a season with the Devon Cup, the FA Cup, the trophy that. And the league that everybody was, and it's just going to kill the players, because the extra time, as you could see, 11 minutes, and what was the first half? 3 minutes, so 15 minutes extra. You add all that up, and it's another 4 or 5 games you're playing in the league if you total it all up. All right, now I've got off the wheels, and I'm pleased that everybody's gone home happy. So thanks to everybody that turned up. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Brilliant. Enjoy your evening.